All right, everyone. All right, everyone. Welcome back. We're just about ready here, as you can see, for map 2 to get underway. You weren't with us back on map number 1. forZe were able to take a pretty convincing 16-8. And with that, they stole away, of course, GamerLegion's map choice of Mirage. Now heading on to Nuke, GamerLegion at least get the CT start, but they're going to need a convincing start at that so that they can get themselves some sort of confidence growing. And indeed, Acor, with a couple of initial entries towards the door, is the one to kick things off on a positive note, rather, for GamerLegion. A return at least was found, but it's still a man advantage, and with that ramp aggression as well, some further damage even being landed in favour of GamerLegion. Rallen should be able to fall back. No, he actually gets hunted down. It was a bit dangerous to stick around hoping for that fight. They didn't necessarily need the frag. Not every moment, I suppose, is going to be played to perfection, but still, it just seemed like a slightly unnecessary risk. They need this pistol round to get off to a positive start, really. GLisak just about winning out the fight on outside allows them to continue to do so. Looks like they actually want to move around the outside now, knowing that GLisak is pretty low. Single point of HP. Hit him with one of those flashes and finish him off. Oh, he was spotted there as well. Yeah, the hand gave him away. A headshot just to be sure from Norway. Now the cross, this is what decides it rather. The USP had a chance to maybe pick one of them off, but instead the Glocks now have got themselves up close and personal, down secret. And this is where they begin to find themselves in a slightly favoured position. They'll open up again as they go onto the bomb site, of course, especially with this nade that Sui has. That's going to do some serious damage. Even catches the flick on towards Jerry, leaving Norway on 36 health. And with the flank coming in, it's going to be an easy kill for IEM, an easy cleanup on the retake for GamerLegion as they take a very crucial round. Good start into it as well. It's just looking solid all around from the individuals there. That's what we need. They all looked a little bit off on Mirage, where it was a bit more of a puggy map, so they're going to definitely need to all be on point here if they want to steal Nuke away from forZe. Wasn't this supposed to be a best of 3? It is a best of 3. Oh, that was a while ago you said that. After the first map ended, I guess. Chat just hasn't been moving much since. Forceplay being put together, at least. It's good utility, but weaponry-wise, they're pretty limited. One rifle with the GLiM for Norway, and then some Tech 9s and Deagles. Mollies galore, though, so I am wondering what exactly this execute is going to be. It's clearly towards the A-bomb site. They can cover the hut, they can cover all around it, and hopefully force these players all out of position so those Tech 9s can be a bit more effective on the entries, and that's exactly how it goes down. Jerry and Norway with one each. Bomb's going to be planted safely onto the side of heaven there because of the molly that was down, and they're even going to ensure they peek lobby together, which gives them the trade onto Rallen. Great work. It's a 3-on-2. Suhi and Acor both coming in from heaven, which right now forZe aren't fully aware of, but they have definitely noted the presence of one with that quick headshot that was pulled off by Suhi. And now they're just going to flash their way out, moving fast, and well, with that, managing again to pull off the 2-on-2 retake without too much trouble. At the very least, though, the bomb goes down. It makes the force buy not completely meaningless since they're able to do so much damage with it as well. They might even consider forcing again, but I would like to see the one eco, maybe some Tech 9s and body armor in this round, focus on ensuring they have the guns in the next, so they can hopefully capitalize on all this damage they've been doing. Oh, Ado Freddos loves potatoes. Potatoes are pretty good. No bias at all from the Irishman, I swear. Oh, he blew the door off and then put himself in front of it. Nice. That was a bit rough. It was a weaker buy as well, so losing a player this early on is definitely not going to help their chances, and yeah, this force buy isn't going to plan for forZe. As I said, I think I would have preferred the small bit of investment just to keep the damage on, but also to ensure that they could buy in this next round. In fairness, though, if they had have got a bomb plant at least, they would have been buying. So I can understand the thought process behind it with the success they had in the previous round. It's very easy to look at it now and say, wow, why'd you do that? Now that it's gone badly for them. As we have a moment of peace. Not really much happening. Neither side looking to aggress. Obviously, Zorte is hoping for a mistake to be made since he's outmatched in a 1-on-4. GamerLegion, on the other hand, know that they're up against pistols, so why would they go pushing and risk giving them an M4, which he could maybe then save or just do further damage with? So, yeah, we're not really going to get a lot of action for a moment. As eventually suhi finds that final frag. Nice round from IEM. He took out 3. A little bit of confidence building for himself. But now is when we should start getting a real game. No, again, I forgot they can't actually buy now because they forced up again in that previous round. Just the instinct of seeing a 3-0 scoreline and thinking, oh cool, now is when it gets good. But now we're going to have to wait a little bit longer. Thought we were on the same page here. We are. We're all on twitch.tv/ESL CSGO. _CSGO, sorry. Can't forget that. Very important. We should all be on the B stream as well. We should have that in another tab. Oh, looks like GLisak had the drop on him right there, but no, the Tech9 does get the better of the door player. Unfortunately, it was an attack that required both ramp and vent to find some success so that they could pinch down onto that B-bomb site. And, well, that did not work out. 1 casualty, GLisak goes down, but that's all. I don't think they're going to be too worried about that. They've built up a pretty decent economy over these initial 4 rounds as well. As finally we see AKs in the hands of forZe. Only took them till round number 5. No up, but I think they could have gotten one if they wanted. It might have been glass cannon actually, so that's probably why it was avoided. Either way, it's just going to be them charging outside. What the hell? suhi... Okay, they're AFK, are they? What's going on? There's a player back in spawn. Yeah, no, they've timed out. How many of them have timed out? Okay. This is the issue with open qualifiers. I have the chat obviously turned off, so it's not popping up. And then there's no admins telling me what's going on. And I was just kind of chatting away, waiting for things to go down. And then suddenly everyone was timed out. So we're obviously stopped right now. That means we're going to be probably waiting a little while because they'll have to call an actual admin to reset the round as well once they do have whatever issue they have currently sorted. So yeah, we're probably going to be waiting a little while, guys, unfortunately. What's going on with the graphics exactly? I'm now running the stream. I'm now looking at the stream as well as running it. I don't know. Is the bitrate still dropping a little bit? There's nothing I can really do at the moment, unfortunately. While also casting, so. And I don't have a co-caster who I could say, yo, pick this up and cast for me. Sorry, pick this up and cast and commentate, not commentate, produce. Since his power supply blew up earlier while we were commentating, so I am stuck doing this one solo for now. I think we're probably going to send it over to a little bit of a break as well, because whatever the issue is needs to be sorted, and then they also need to get the admin to reset the rounds and everything. So that's going to be a whole ordeal. That's going to take a few minutes. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and send it over to the break, guys. We will be back ASAP.
smoke clears, I'll still be on my feet. Forget all of my fears, cause I know my destiny. I feel a champion waking inside of me. It's set in motion, the legend's begun. This is my moment. Can't break my focus, know where I'm going. This is my moment.
Myself in the mirror not so long ago, and I told me, do you know? I told me, do you know? All alone in your head, but you don't have to pretend that you will make a change, 'cause you don't wanna change. I'm gonna be real honest this time. I'm okay with it, I am more than fine. I'm gonna roll all less red dice now. Tell me I won't get out. Tell me I won't get out. I wanna walk the sky, alone among the stars, without forgetting who I was, or have to look back that far. And I don't want to forget who, get who. And are you just fucking around in my mind one last time? I'm gonna be real honest this time. I'm okay with it, I am more than fine. I'm gonna roll all less red dice now. Tell me I won't get out. Tell me I won't get out. Tell me I won't. Trap me inside your walls now. Tell me I won't get out. Tell me I won't get out. Crush me with all that you are now. Tell me I won't get out. So tell me I won't get out.
wanna buy another. Under darkened skies, we await, bound to each other. But our spirits never die. Whoa, faded as we push through the darkest times. I'll be there by your side. We arise when everything's breaking. Our souls will awaken. Our spirits never die. At the end of the line, the trust in our hearts beating louder. Under darkened skies, we await, bound to each other. But our spirits never die. Whoa, faded as we push through the darkest times. I'll be there by your side. We arise when everything's breaking. Our souls will awaken. Our spirits never die.
Alright, apologies about that. It was a bit of a prolonged break, unfortunately. We are finally ready to get things going once again. It was 5-0, of course, when things closed out, I believe, for GamerLegion. Maybe in 4-0, actually. I think that the fifth round didn't go their way. It was already, I think it actually did reset on it because obviously they were all AFK in that 5th round, so I don't think they managed to win it on time. As an initial kill on towards A-Core puts GamerLegion in a pretty rough position for this round anyway. Obviously they've got a great start to the game itself, Didn't build up as much money maybe as you would have hoped over those 5 rounds, but let's see what they can get done now in terms of recovering this one as the outside cross is coming in. Pretty much full focus in an attempt to get down Secret. The problem is their attention had been kept pretty busy while actually crossing over, and they did not expect GLisak to be in towards Secret itself with a late wrap. So he does a great job and actually gives GamerLegion their 5th round. So apparently they did win that previous one while they were AFK. forZe left them alone. So the round's only now updating, and we get an immediate pause. Hopefully not one that's going to last, and indeed there it is, it's gone. forZe don't have the money really to do anything here though. It's going to be a half buy again, a few nades maybe behind this, and I'm kind of surprised by how little they're showing us so far on the T side of their own map choice. Yeah, I don't know what the issue was there a while ago. Apologies, guys. I didn't know how long the pause was going to be. It took ages, apparently, for them to restore the round. Oh, quick A push. Does make sense with this weaker buy. The molly actually didn't get put down in front of the door either. Instead, it just gave him one angle to deal with, which definitely helped. Not allowed for one kill to be found, but that was all. The bomb site itself overrun, the bomb planted, and on a 3-on-3 retake now. With the weapons at least favouring GamerLegion, but not massively, especially with the damage now that's been done on Rallen. He's been forced back around. It looks like they want to trade weapons as well. Put the rifle in the hands of the healthy player. Good smoke as well is actually going to take a lot of info away from that player up close on the vent. They need to get a move on though. They don't have a ton of time. They've only got the one kit on towards Suhi as well. So ideally Rallen's going to need to be part of the fight and holding them off while they try and get towards this bomb. And well, he actually does a pretty good job there initially. Suhi unfortunately goes down as he tries to hop on the bomb. And at that point there's just no time for anything to be done anymore, of course. Excuse me, sorry. As Acor gets himself one kill on the way out, but that's all forZe with Tech 9s, and I think one Mac 10 managed to steal away around and get themselves kick-started here on their T side of Nuke. Long pauses like that can be kind of detrimental to the momentum that was being built for GamerLegion throughout those initial 4 rounds that they had won. Even with the first round here, as they came back, they got their 5th round, of course, to kick things off, but yeah, forZe do come immediately back and take one of their own. The problem is there's still money for GamerLegion. Even after the reinvestment here, they've got enough on 4 of their players to buy again, so forZe do need to chain together a few rounds before they really get themselves back into this game. I'm not seeing this. I don't understand what's going on with the stream. When I click onto it, it looks fine for me. Very weird. Rallen gets himself a nice couple of kills. Sorry, I had to look over there, so I didn't actually manage to commentate that part. But Rallen with a couple of kills should confirm that they have a fairly easy retake. And well, they've spotted that final player creeping in towards the dark. He actually was forced back out of position. Wanted to see if he could take the control of double doors instead, but just didn't have the time to escape. 6-1, GamerLegion immediately back with a round of their own again, and even with the bomb plant going down for forZe, while they should be able to buy, it's not going to be quite perfect, I don't believe. You can see Shalfie on 3850 rather. A couple other players, RV, who won't be able to get too many nades either, but they'll get their op as well if they want, I believe. No, happy with the rifles. This is looking like GamerLegion definitely are here to give us a lot more of a fight on Nuke than when we got back on Mirage. Looking like a pretty standard default from forZe as well. Expecting some aggression since they've gotten pretty much every round. We've seen ramp aggression a couple of times. Acor is going to push the door with the op though. We haven't seen this being attempted quite yet. Thought that was a collateral for a moment. It looked like he had lined up the 2 of them. No further damage done. Just the 1 entry kill going the way of GamerLegion. A good bit of nade damage there on towards Jerry as well, so this is looking like a fantastic start for GamerLegion, although it doesn't last too long. Well, IEM falling with a bit too much of an aggressive peek, I've got to say, in towards the hut right there. Wasn't really necessary, and Suhi also pulling 1 back now, suddenly takes out Zorti. This is just falling apart for forZe. Not too sure. Those 2 players definitely wanted to see if they could get some control around ramp, but they didn't really have their teammates ready or nearby to be able to even try and attempt the trades. Maybe a bit of overconfidence from how easy Mirage was. forZe gets one in return. If he gets the second, perhaps there's a chance at the bomb plant, but he actually gets tagged down by the Opper from outside there, I believe, making it an easy nade finish for suhi. 7-1. GamerLegion not too far off, halfway to the finish line already. This is just looking like a completely different team in comparison to what we had back on map 1. They might even be able to flip the script and steal forZe's map choice even more convincingly than they lost their own, so that would be impressive. Yeah, it's just not a buy even from forZe. They've got one rifle. Did put down the outside smokes, I believe, so they're going to look to try and get control of Secret, but not too sure how much GamerLegion are going to be giving away. I think they've already begun a rotation, have they? No, maybe not. We have the default radar, no custom HUD, so I can see the levels, unfortunately. I don't want to go swapping through people, turning off the auto director, because that messes it up even more than usual, so I'll leave it as it is, so hopefully catches some of the kills. But yeah, it's a very slow round from forZe, as most of them have been. They've done their outside smokes, they got up around the box on outside, and then just decided to fall back off. Obviously leaving it in the mind of GamerLegion that they potentially did go down Secret. And I don't think they've actually rotated anyone to check whether that's happened or not, but it doesn't really seem like they're worried about it, so I think they've got a bit of a read on what's actually going on, fully focused on lobby right now. "35 seconds left. We've barely even had any shots fired." They're finally ready to go, I believe. That was their one flash, so I thought they were going to get moving with it. Unfortunately, no, they weren't quite. IESAK with the initial kill. This should be a punish on the ramp aggression. There we go. Shelfie steals himself away a weapon in the meantime, but his teammates do need to find some success on their way out towards the A bomb site, and unfortunately, it's not really coming to them. Good damage at the very least on Acor, but not before, of course, he was able to steal 2 kills already for himself, and even as they move into the A bomb site, it's just a 1-for-1 trade, which isn't really good enough at this point. suhi, yeah, he just had a little bit of fun with him right there. He put a few bullets into him, knew, of course, he couldn't really do anything about it because he had the bomb in his hands, and kind of left him the couple of seconds to think about his inevitable death. Yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on. People are saying the stream's doing a weird thing, but every time I see someone comment it and then turn the stream on for myself, it just seems to have stopped. Everything's normal, so I don't know. Oh, yeah, okay, now I see what you mean. That was really strange. Okay, I'm gonna have to look into that when we finish up here tonight. I can't really do anything about fixing that while I'm also commentating. That's the issue. That is really weird. Dude looks invisible. Okay, I get what you mean now. Nice entry from Shelfie. Took a dink in the meantime, but still it's the numbers advantage for forZe, which is something that they haven't really been able to find too many times here so far on their T side. As they refresh those outside smokes, looking for some control. They should be crossing this time, and yeah, I think GamerLegion realized that they've already rotated one down through the vent. That's going to be IESAK. Actually finds the peak just in time on Kenzie with a molly in his hand, and even gets the transfer there, not only for the second kill, but a dink onto Zorte as well. That is ridiculous. He gives his team not only a fighting chance in a 3-on-3, but a great round to win, really, with how much damage has been done. There should be a free kill for suhi, dropping the nade as well. I thought that might catch the player coming out of vent, but no, a little bit too deep, unfortunately. And now they're actually, I was going to say, is the chance that he might be caught off guard, but no, it's the flick. It's all on Shelfie. He kicked off the round with an initial entry, but unfortunately now left on 9 health. He's got to find 3 more if he wants it to actually come to any sort of fruition. And, well, there's the second. Nice little headshot on Acor. I don't think he's going to expect IEM to also still be up here, though. No, he seems to be checking the angle. He actually was ready for it. Unfortunately, he just didn't have the health to take the fight. As we presume this is a tactical pause for forZe. It's got to be. Wow, how poorly this T side is going for them. Again, this is their own map choice as well, so I was expecting quite a bit more after how good they looked on Mirage. so far, haven't really been able to get anything going. One stray round. The early economy management, I don't think, made things too easy for them either, because it was 4-0 before they got a bye. So it just hasn't been good. And even then, when they got their bye, the first time they tried to play out that first gun round, they all timed out. So yeah, not very fun. 1 AK, some pistols. Should be another round for GamerLegion, but sometimes these weaker buys work out a little bit less pressure on them. A little bit more freedom to try some crazy things. We'll see if it works. Shelfie, was he spotted? No, he actually has crept out down the vent. They have no idea. He should have a free kill on Acor in about 2 seconds. Hopefully his teammates don't pay the price before he gets there, and indeed they waited it out. There was a molly in place either way. That's an op that's being recovered now for Zorte. The Tech 9 indoors going to catch that late rotation as well as Isaac falls, and suddenly it's a 4-on-3. They're into B before the rotation can even get down ramp, or before a further rotation can get down, because it looks like someone died there. The blood all over the wall. Actually, Rallen was already up on the rafters. They actually didn't clear it out initially. The second player never even bothered to push forward. They were waiting on everyone else to get ready on towards ramp to actually start taking the bomb site. Everyone apart from one player, apparently. They've done a good job either way at reclaiming it. Rallen kind of stuck to the same position. Maybe could have done a bit more if he fell back towards the silo and tried to maybe just take some attention for IM to start doing something from the double doors here, but fortunately it's IM all alone, and in the process of getting that initial kill, he takes an op bullet to the body. So low health, I don't love his chances, and well, neither does Norvi. 1 bullet to the body was all he needed right there. It's 9-2. A second round finally for forZe, but it wasn't an easy one. Although it has paid dividends, because although they don't fully break the economy, GamerLegion are just about scraping together their buy here. Most of them are sitting on about 4,000. Isaac only has 3850, so he can buy an M4 in body armor. He's not going to get really much on top of it, and he decides actually to just go with the auto shotty instead. Surprisingly, with a helmet. I thought he would have just went for body armor, so he could get the extra bit of utility. Maybe a kit, that would have been very useful. Would have had just the right amount to get it as well. Let's see, the GamerLegion again have it in them to just come back and stop forZe from chaining together any sort of momentum or any rounds at all. That's what we seen earlier on after the pause. forZe took 1, and then GamerLegion were right back to how things looked before. Acor pushed up in ramp. There is some presence around the lobby right now. I think it's up on top of the kind of like middle section of the hut, watching for this exact push through ramp. So I don't think Acor is going to want to go really any further. Instead, he's got a great position to just cut off the rotation back into lobby. With the amount of Nias as well that's being made outside, that can allow the A players to focus a little bit more outside main. Obviously, there's still 1 in lobby they still have to worry about. But if the rest of them decide to fall back, it would be noted by the op. Fortunately, that's not happening. Instead, Suhi finds out they're pushing up towards Hell. A lot of damage being dealt onto him, so he's forced to just fall back and concede the control. And at this point now, they don't have a lot of info about what's going on, but they've dropped the bomb with just over 30 seconds left on the clock. Zorte falls. The bomb is left in the open there with full view to main. This is a really bad position for forZe to be in. They need to get that recovered, and they need to get going real quick. The Heaven control, of course, making things a little bit easier as some solid entries come true. Shelfie's going to recover the bomb as well, and with a rotation through the vents, not really being ideal. I was going to say he should have the drop on Rallen, but no. Somehow Rallen was able to drop the bomb once again, and now with the time being so low, this could be it. Isaac manages to catch 1 kill. He's going to toss the nade in, hoping that'd be enough, but no, he just left it. Is there time? There is. The bomb just about goes down. The nade comes in. This is crazy. If he had his gun out, he would have just gotten the kill right there, but he had no idea. Why would he expect him to be just standing there unready to shoot at him? Well, this is weird. Isaac's the one on 1 health. Yeah, he has the USP in his hand, and then Norvi's rocking the AK despite his opponent being 1 health. Obviously, he'd stick to the AK, but I just mean you'd expect it to be the other way around. You'd expect Isaac to be rocking his rifle for sure on 1 health, but no. Must have needed a reload. Tried to just creep onto the bomb site and hopefully bait him out with that tap, and while he did, he just didn't have the health to take the fight. 9-3. forZe managed to get themselves another round, but it was not easy. Damn, they'll get a 4th off the back of it for sure. Oh, well, now I've jinxed it actually. We'll see. IM's going to Zeus someone, steal the rifle, and then kill 2 more people. See if I've prophesized that or not. For now, though, I don't think forZe are being too cautious about things. They want to try and get a bit of confidence going while they're against these weaker weapons, while they're heavily favoured. Pushed through the hut as well, coming in the meantime. So I was going to say they were attempting to pinch in towards the lobby. Unfortunately, they do not have success anywhere. The AK, as you'd expect against USP, is just mowed them down, and here we go. It's not happening. Unfortunately, I was not able to let the caster's curse help IEM get a Zeus kill. Rallen, though, maybe he can steal an AK for himself. That'd be nice. It's really the best he's going to get from this round now. Oh, bit of a whiff there. I mean, the double Beretta spray can be a little bit awkward. I don't bite him too often, but yeah, you still feel like he probably should have just got the headshot there with the back turned. Sometimes it's the hardest of shots to hit, though. Either way, I mean, it was just double Berettas. He didn't have a lot to lose. He had a bit to gain by potentially getting a rifle. Would have helped his own nades here, maybe his teammates' nades, but either way, they're on a decent buy, rather. And they have the chance to still potentially come away with an 11-4 half. So it's not like things have completely slipped away from them. They could still end this very, very solidly. But forZe have a chance at pulling it back to 6 if they win this round especially. So at that point, they'd be looking pretty good, all things considered. Suhi up above on red. And Kenzie just had no idea. In the meantime, though, Jerry's actually gotten himself a kill. I believe out on A. No, he's actually outside now. He must have been coming in just a little bit late to help his teammate. Manages to also get the revenge on Suhi there as he was trying to jump back towards main. I believe spotted Isaac. Knew there was 2 of them around there, so he's trying to keep him busy at the moment. As his teammates, in the meantime, have taken themselves control of the bomb site. Of course, the bomb goes down. Jerry continues being a massive nuisance. And they need to focus both of their efforts on just taking him out. And after they do so now, they don't have a kit. They don't have the time to go for this retake. They're just going to have to see if they can save the 2 weapons to have something to work with into this final round of the half. And they should be able to save them at this point. Although, I mean, there is a bit of time and money for forZe to go on the hunt. I don't see a reason why they won't. Stream's really glitchy. Yeah, I'm not sure why that's happening every now and again. I can't really fix it at the moment while doing the commentary as well. Since I have no idea, I'd need to start turning the stream off and messing with settings. I'm going to do it tonight once we finish up, I promise. So it will be better for tomorrow. Today just hasn't been a smooth running day. My co-caster's power supply blew up while we were commentating the first best of 1, so it's been solo casting since. And this stuff wasn't happening yesterday either, so I don't know. Very weird. I haven't changed any settings since then either, so I don't know what the hell is causing it. Quick drop to the vent. No, actually. Decides instead to tuck in. They did hear a bit of burning, right? Presume, I guess, that he went back through the door, so this might work out in his favour when the smoke begins to fade. If he was to stick around and try and kill the player on top of hut, that is. Instead, I think he just wants to get himself... No, he actually decided against going down vent. So he should have the drop on Isaac. There's no way he knows he's here. There you go. Maybe he should have been slightly cautious when he saw the smoke was starting to fade, but either way, it wasn't really Isaac's fault that he wasn't quite as cautious as he should have been. Suhi also gets caught on the fallback. What was that? He ran up, I think, initially expecting him still to be in behind the vent spraying, and then didn't have any bullets left, so he just tried to run and jump away, and obviously had left himself open. IEM at least has a decent position to get 1. He drops down, though, and that leaves him open for a very, very easy trade. And now it's a 4-on-2. Obviously, no saves are going to be coming in. They are going to do their best to see if they can get another notch on the board here, but a 2-on-4 retake, I'm not loving their chances. Although the bomb is yet to go down, so maybe that helps them a small bit. Actually decided to split up as well. Acor's gone all the way around towards garage. They're going to need to move quickly. He's the one with the kit as well. Let's see. Instant headshot from Shelfie. He's ready for Acor as well as he reads. He must have heard the footstep earlier on and definitely knew it after the shot started coming in. It's 9-6 at the halftime. A very good recovery from forZe, I've got to say. It looked like they were pretty much down and out. It was 9-1 at one point, I believe. So They've done a great job at giving themselves some hope now, especially if they get the pistol round coming into the second half. At that point, they will be in full control of the game momentum-wise. And again, this is their map choice. They managed to take the win back on Mirage as well, winning 16-8. So they've got to be feeling pretty decent after what they were able to do turning that half around. See people asking what's going on with the stream glitches. Again, I will hopefully have that fixed for tomorrow. I unfortunately can't do anything about it right now. I don't know what it is, and I didn't change any settings since yesterday, so yeah, not sure what's causing it. And I don't want to put the stream down because then we miss all the games. Yeah, no, I know what it looks like now. I did finally manage to catch it while it was happening. It was very weird. I won't lie. I don't know what the hell could be causing it. Other than, as I was saying in the chat, maybe my graphics card's starting to die or something. But I'm not seeing this on my end on the game. It is only on the stream. I was having a weird graphics card driver issue the other day. I had to do like a clean install and that seemed to fix the issue I was having, but maybe because I didn't completely remove the driver in safe mode before installing, there might be like a leftover issue, so maybe I'll do that tonight and then mess around and just test stream to make sure it's all good. So I'll do everything I can, I ensure you guys, to make sure that we don't have the same issue tomorrow. But for now, let's focus on the game, because again, this is a very important pistol round. Not only because obviously forZe are down by 3 rounds, but if they manage to take this themselves, then I think GamerLegion will be in a lot of trouble, considering they had lost 5 straight towards the end of that previous half. As well, the kills are at least going in the favour of GamerLegion. I was going to say with the initial one, no trades then afterwards at all to be found though. It's 3 heads tapped by Kenzie. He can see everyone apparently, as he gets himself a fort. Well then, okay. Haven't got a lot to add on top of that. He's been very slow this game as well. So he goes from 4 kills to 8 there just in the pistol round alone. If that's not a good omen for forZe moving forward here on their CT side, I don't know what is. And a bad omen in the meantime from GamerLegion. I'm not talking about a Valorant player. One P250 upgraded. I'm not expecting anything to come from this round really. Also, forgive me, my play-by-play is pretty rusty. I do the color commentary in my duo, so I don't normally have to sit here and solo cast an entire game anymore. It's been a few years since I've done that. Right now, anyway, GamerLegion, bit of presence outside shown in the initial seconds, making some noise up on the roof as well, just hoping to maybe bait out a few nades from forZe, of course. Using this bit of time as well. The way the old Very games used to on their existence, just sitting on the roof having a chat about what they're going to do once they get guns. Well, they eventually take a fight on outside, and it didn't really go too well against Shelfie's FAMAS. Tapping some heads, Zorte doing the same as Isaac was in the middle of a fight with his teammate there on the bomb site. He's like, I got you, bro, don't worry. Leaving it all on Rallen and IEM to see if they can come away with anything from this round. It's not... I mean, it's not the biggest of deals. They only spent 200, they only spent the 300 to get the P250, but still, you do ideally want to be getting a couple of kills just so the economy on the CT side doesn't get out of control so early on. I mean, the only reason forZe were able to get back into that previous half was because GamerLegion's economy, throughout the 9-1 lead that they built up, somehow never really got all that great. So forZe will do everything they can to avoid being put in a similar position here. They have a bit of a comeback still to go, of course, being down 8-9. Not a massive gap in rounds, but still plenty of room for the CT side to go a little bit wrong. So they do need to make sure they're still at their A game. All the kindness I can expect from Twitch chat. So 0 kindness. It's good to know. Outside smokes. The bomb looks like it's going to favor inside though, so maybe they want to get secret and then maybe hit ramp a little bit later on as well. Either that or they're just showing some presence, hoping to maybe get a kill and then fall back to lobby. Actually have the slightly deeper smokes as well, so could in theory try and get garage control. Problem is they're a bit too busy spamming each other through smokes to worry about getting any sort of control. Only now putting one player down secret, and in the meantime, Suhi has lost his life unfortunately, so this isn't how GamerLegion wanted this gun round to kick off. Bit of damage for Zorti at least as he drops a nicely timed smoke to it's slow at the very least. He advanced down secret. I don't think he's fully aware of how many players have made it across either. He wasn't really able to stick around and find out. He just had to drop that smoke. So at the moment, forZe, despite having the man advantage, are still a little bit iffy about the fact that GamerLegion are all over the place right now. Never comfortable having lost somebody outside control. They're happy enough, I think, to just leave 3 players on A though, yeah. One rotated down. I think they have someone around ramp then as well who can get down to B pretty quickly to help if needed. They do indeed. Could have looked at the radar, but I just made the presumption based on where everyone else was for some reason. Don't know why. Could have been wrong. Then I would have looked stupid. Oh, the timing. No. Oh, it actually works. Okay, never mind. I presumed Zorte was about to step up and spot him, but unfortunately he didn't take the peek when he could have got the drop. Instead, now it's a 2-on-3, and with the health not looking good for Rallen or IEM, I was going to say I don't love their chances, but that's a nice little headshot to kick things off. The problem is they're separated, and look at the time. Did he run that down to B? He just about got it there in time as well. Putting the plant right on the edge, he manages to get it down. It's all on Shalfie, and he might have already at that point figured, okay, I think I'm good to win this on time, just as I did. Oh, Rallen just about made it, and, well, he might even have the flank right now on Shalfie, who has no idea. He's got a knife in his hand, though. I don't love this. Thankfully, Shalfie does not spot him. I don't think it was a 4x3 issue either, just slightly out of his range, and there it is, Rallen from behind. Puts a couple in the skull. 10-8. GamerLegion, after what was a pretty shaky start to that gun round, managed to claw it back and should have themselves another round. No, I thought we were going to see an eco. I mean, there's enough for the rifles on most of the players here on forZe, but with the scoreline that they currently have, a force buy here is a little risky. I mean, it's not really a force buy, but they don't have a ton of nades. They don't have kits to work with. They don't have the op either. If they do lose this, then they're on an eco, and GamerLegion get to go up towards 12, and if the next gun round doesn't go their way, things could spiral very quickly out of control. But also, if they can win this, of course, they can take back control very early on the CT side. So you can see the goal, and, well, a 1-for-1, while not ideal for Norvi right there, not too bad, because Jerry can upgrade off his MP9. They basically only lose an SMG in a 1-for-1, so I would say that's fairly worthwhile here, just to keep the pressure on GamerLegion and remind them, yo, we're here to fight. The fisticuffs. Oh, I'm Dean. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the chat for a while. I left Wolfie's one in there because he didn't ask for his PC to die. He's had a bad enough day, so maybe give him a follower too as well. But, yeah, 4-on-4 where things have just slowed down massively. Auto Director wants to show us this guy holding a smoke because it's entertainment. We got to actually spot him as they start pushing in. Obviously holding the smoke, it is useful. Wasn't saying it wasn't. Fortunately, he leaves a massive gap, so they're still able to push forward without really risking that they're going to find someone waiting on the other side. Instead, they're funneled through a tiny little gap where Kenzie and Zorte mowed them down. So I don't even know if they intentionally messed up that smoke or not. They might have, just to keep everyone peeking up close rather than further back, because obviously the closer you are to that angle, the earlier your shoulder's going to show for the players who are further away on the other side, so they get to spot you and get some bullets off before you even know what's going on. Nice crosshair. Thank you. I just added an outline and slightly made the gap smaller, so it'd be a little bit more suitable for the stream. Sorry, it's time for a quick drink there. Oh, that nade's actually going to do some good damage, I think. No, not as much as I thought. Didn't arc up and down as much as it needed to if I wanted to land right on his head. As things are again slowed down with GamerLegion not really having a lot to put up a fight with. Couple deagles though, and we know that they can definitely hit some nasty deagle shots, and indeed, Rallen finds Shalfie maybe a bit too overconfident with the crouch peek in the open. I don't love it. GamerLegion do. At least when it's being thrown at them. Sorte's going to get a bit of revenge, and Masuhi low as well. I don't think they'll have too much trouble cleaning things up. But any kills really at this point help GamerLegion in the long run, because the economy is not there for forZe. If they can even just take out one more right now, force maybe one rifle or two to be dropped here in this next round so that the economy just doesn't build up. Loki asked solo casting? Yeah, but not by choice, and not because ESL wanted a solo cast, but because my co-caster's power supply died. So, fortunate. But we power through, as do forZe. 10-10, we're tied up. Double digits for both sides. GamerLegion have got to be the ones who are feeling the burn a little bit more at this point. Obviously had a fantastic start for themselves at 9-1. Since then have let that lead slip away, and now they're on the side where things should be a little bit harder, if anything. So when you look at it that way, everything's kind of going down the drain for GamerLegion, but they've still got time to make it better. We'll see. They have a decent buy here. They have an op as well, which hasn't been present really on this T side yet, I don't think, for them. They want the outside control right now. Interesting line of smokes that they've put in place. Not going to allow them to cross the secret, of course, but they were stopped either way by the player who was shown presence and who dropped the molly. They'll have to put down some deeper smokes now if they do want to start crossing over. Instead, actually, no. I think they've already charged a player down towards Hell. Indeed, they have. The Opto actually managing to catch him before he has anyone ready to help him out. He was just so far ahead that he had no one even around the corner yet. That was very strange. Speaking of around the corner, though, Jerry pops around. Says hey to Isaac. Snatches back an advantage for forZe now. GamerLegion are just being forced down secret basically at this point. It doesn't look like they're going to find much more success outside, although no, Acor is going to find some now. He spots the head, and that is a ridiculous flick through the edge of the silo just as he crouched down as well. Shot that may have just turned the tide of this round for them potentially. They could still make their way back up the vent on towards A if they want. There's one player waiting up there, sure, but the nearest rotation then will be coming in through heaven, so they'll have a small bit of time to get their feet on the ground. And Norvi actually has been, at the moment, very cautious of heaven, thinking that they might have wrapped around on him. I forgot about that, so they've even got to be careful of that extra angle, and in the meantime, that's allowed them to just continue creeping on towards B. The nearest player in towards the double doors, he might have a shot at stopping the bomb plant. I was going to say if he just opened the doors as it was going down. He did, of course, decide to take the kill on Suhi first, and he found a follow-up on Acor before being traded, so he's given Norvi and Kenzie a really good shot in this 2-on-1 retake now. They have a bit of utility, they have their kits to work with. They just need to wait and make sure they work off of each other and move at the same time. And, well, that's not even going to be necessary in the end. Kenzie holding a crack angle is going to find IEM trying to cross back over. So, there we go. Defuse comes in. The op's even going to be recovered. And while, again, forZe are not going to have any sort of a chance to build up an economy, they do just keep on winning rounds. And that's all that matters when, at the moment, they're 5 rounds away from taking themselves victory 2-0. And with that qualifying, of course, through to the RMR. Well, to the close qualifier. We have a pause. Speaking of talking without a break, I'm going to take these 20 or so seconds to get a drink. Oh, is the stream going crazy again? Yeah, sorry about that. Again, I'll make sure I have that fixed by tomorrow. Can't really do much while solo casting. I'd have to put the stream down and everything, so fiddle with settings, just testing what the hell is causing it, because I didn't change anything since yesterday, and it wasn't there yesterday, so can't tell you. A little bit late out of spawn here. A couple of the players anyway. But it's not a full buy, it's just a half investment with a ton of nades. Looking like it's going to be a straight up A execute. We haven't really seen much of that from GamerLegion actually yet. They haven't tried much towards the A-bomb site in general. It's been a lot of favoritism towards outside, I suppose. On the other hand, forZe, they were having a lot of their round wins on towards this A-bomb site. Even with the weaker weapons, they were usually finding success in terms of getting the initial trades and at least finding a bomb plant, which is something that GamerLegion could do with. They haven't really been getting much of that either, other than the previous round. It's not even my internet. There's no dropped frames or anything. It's just something going on, either with OBS or maybe my graphics card. I don't know. I'll have to check it out. If I have to buy a replacement graphics card, I can't do that till next week either, so that'll be an issue. Shalfie though. Oh, the timing was just about to spot the leg coming around the corner, and well, he will just look back in time to catch Acor. And anyway, one trade from Suhi, but they line up for Shalfie, and he actually gets the wall bang on Rallen. Why the hell not? 12-10. 2 rounds in the lead now for forZe after initially a 8-round deficit and when they were down 9-1. So GamerLegion, I think at this point, are more than sweating, and they just seem to have lost any sort of confidence. Even the push there with how staggered it was with the weaker weapons as well. Obviously it makes things a bit more complicated with the timings of putting down the smokes and all, but they just weren't really ready to trade off of each other. Shot by Zorti. Shalfie catches IEM on outside as well, trying to take the early fight towards the red box, and Jerry pushes through door despite them already having a 5-on-3. He's like, why the hell not? I was already starting it. May as well play out the play that I'm going for and see how it goes. The confidence is rolling high for forZe on the other hand. Deep smoke and lobby as well to restrict control. Rallen's actually coming down the ladder, so he might have a chance at maybe pulling back that 1 kill, but it doesn't look like Suhi's going to have the same look as... Yeah, he's going to be caught off guard by Shalfie, so it's all on Rallen. He was even taken low in the process of getting that 1 kill. And Vice is getting weirdly shaky. Don't know why. Just giving up on me. Hopefully GamerLegion aren't giving up on us, because while it does look pretty desperate, still a shot. I mean, 6 rounds on this T side, it's very doable. Suddenly then they send it on to map 3, which I believe is Inferno. Double check for my memory. Which is terrible. Yeah, indeed. Inferno is the decider. Look. I mean, there's just nothing to go off of for GamerLegion in terms of stats on maps, unfortunately. So I don't even know how they'd shape up on Inferno, but it's another pretty good map for forZe. It's not one of their best. I mean, their best maps are probably Dust 2, Nuke, and Mirage, but Inferno is one that they clearly allow to go through and have a pretty good rate on as well. So even if it did manage to get there, I think they'd probably still be my favourites, but at the moment, probably not going to be necessary unless GamerLegion step it up big time coming into these final 2, maybe, gun rounds. Yeah, so it's looking pretty bad. Not a good investment either. They've actually gone pretty heavy in on this. Obviously the loss bonus is built up, so they should be good, especially if they can get a bomb plant, but if they don't get a bomb plant, Rallen might be a little bit low on money, so ideally some success at the very least needs to be found with his investment, but also because they just need some damn rounds. Let's see, Shalfie is actually going to send himself wide, and I was going to say should put himself in the crosshair of IM, but fortunately the timing, he had just begun to look towards Secret, so Shalfie not only gets himself that entry, but he gets back away, taking out the AK, and, well, given a very difficult round to GamerLegion now, but they're actually managing to find themselves some entry. Suhi, through ramp, I believe, managed to push in towards Hell. IM found himself 1 before being returned on by Jerry, but with an op now in the possession of the T side, things get a little bit scarier, especially as they're around Hell. They could take it back towards ramp, they could go towards lobby, they could go up into heaven if they want as well. There's a lot of options open that, of course, forZe are going to have to remain aware of. I think they have a good idea. There's a player outside as well. Yeah, indeed. Spotting him jumping towards the garage. They're going to have to get a move on, though. There's only 20 seconds remaining. Seems like they're still pretty desperate to hopefully take 1 kill before they push into the bomb site. Unfortunately, it's not coming their way. Now they've got to deal with Norway, who does pretty good damage, but unfortunately doesn't actually get any kills out of it. Instead, it's Kenzie who kicks it off with one frag as the bomb goes down, with both final players just trapped in on the bomb site. Certainly not ideal. Sorry, the op actually backed off, I believe, into heaven. Yeah, he had already made his way around. My bad, I thought he had actually stuck. I was interpreting the radar wrong. But either way, with it being smoked off, it wasn't really a good position to be playing with the op from in a 1-on-3 to try and cover the bomb. You'd ideally want a rifler up there. 14-10. forZe on their way to victory with nothing that can slow them down, it doesn't seem, at the moment. Obviously, it wasn't a full buy from GamerLegion, and they do bring it pretty close, but that's not really good enough anymore. Again, they've lost, what, 13 of the last 14 rounds? Stream is fine again. Yeah, there's nothing happening that should be causing it. I don't understand. I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting here with the game tabbed in the entire time. So I don't know why it's happening sometimes and then not happening other times. So yeah, I mean, as soon as this finishes up, I'm going to start looking into it and to make sure that we're going to be hopefully having a much better stream quality for tomorrow. Everything has just been going wrong today. So it's one of those days. Bit of nade damage on IEM, but nothing too substantial. Again, the slightly deeper smokes, not in towards the garage though, so they're not really trying to aim towards feigning out the control there, because that would be spotted, of course, if they pushed in that far. Instead, they just want to get down secret, and, well, they're going to go for it. Zorte's waiting for them already with the op, though. Easy shot with no one ready to follow up. He falls back off, waiting to drop his smoke as soon as he notices any further presence, but it's not even going to come his way. Instead, GamerLegion are slowing it down, hoping that there's going to be maybe something outside for them to work with. What's my name? Dean. You can do exclamation mark caster to check out the Twitters for myself and Wolfie. Again, Wolfie didn't ask for his PC to die, so no shade his way. Throw him maybe a couple of follows. That'll brighten up his day while he waits for a new power supply to come. As GLisak takes a small bit of damage. That would have been a big kill if he could have kept Jerry trapped in and maybe tied up the numbers. This timing for Shalfie, I thought he was maybe not going to actually spot Suhi because of it, or at least wouldn't have been ready. Suhi himself wasn't expecting anyone to be so deep back in the spawn still. Only now does GLisak eventually pull something back for GamerLegion to work with, and Acor as well actually going to find Shalfie running out of spawn. Zorte desperately coming up the ladder is going to go right into the crosshair of Rallen, and he doubles down as well. Suddenly it's a 2-on-1. Make that a 1-on-1, never mind. One of the closer rounds we've seen throughout this entire half so far, and Rallen I think going to be cutting it just as close on the time for getting this bomb planted. Thankfully, he takes the safe approach as well, putting it down over towards the heaven side of things. Unfortunately, though, it's given enough time for Kenzie to already wrap in through door. And I don't know if he's going to expect him to be coming from hut already so quickly. Yeah, as you can see, caught completely off guard by a very nice shot by Kenzie. A close round from GamerLegion, but it is just not good enough. I didn't want to use the cliche close but no cigar thing. But yeah, I mean, we've had a good few rounds that have ended in 1v1s or 2v1s and such. GamerLegion are managing to keep some of these rounds competitive in terms of the individuals stacking up against each other, but when it comes down to those final moments, forZe just always pull it together. Someone said it always happens at the start of the rounds. That's even stranger. Why would it happen when nothing's really going on? Weird. I haven't really seen this push up towards the red box from the CTs with the smoke, actually. Most of the time it was the deeper smokes put down early on by GamerLegion, I suppose, so hasn't really been necessary or really been available. I think they've already given it up, yeah, just a little initial presence on outside. They fall back when they don't find anyone pushing in the early moments. And GamerLegion are just pretty much on the default. They didn't commit outside at all with that smoke they put down. Instead, Acor, I believe, only now probing around, hoping someone's going to show themselves, and I think there might be some coming his way, judging by the radar. Unfortunately, we're not getting that action. Instead, we're going to catch Suhi, who does manage to at least trade out his team out on ramp. Struggled with his name there as well. It just didn't flow in the sentence very well. But timing from Shalfie as well on that outside peak. So again, forZe just always seem to manage to come out on top of the exchanges. Even if they don't get the trade on the actual kill that comes through, they always have someone else ready on the map to respond and to at the very least reclaim a bit of info or some control so that they keep things in a manageable position. Well then. Is it happening? There we go. Waiting for it, like, when are you going to do it, Acor? It's a bit of BM, I suppose. Small mental victory at the very least. Jerry, I don't think he's going to expect a player in the vent already, will he? He actually kind of may have flashed himself there. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but yeah, Acor does get the kill on him. And with Isaac catching Jerry coming in towards the bomb site, suddenly it ends up in a one-on-one. Yet again. This one, hopefully, is one that Acor can get across the finish line because they have not had any success in these clutch moments so far. The damage of the molly as well, making things perhaps a little bit easier. He does have to fall back to his pistol, of course. The op should be the one shot either way, and indeed it is to the upper torso. There you have it. Acor finally gives GamerLegion something to work with. An 11th round. 4 more to go. 1 more to actually break the money of forZe. Suddenly then they're up towards 13 for themselves, and there's only maybe 1 more actual gun round for forZe. So it's maybe a little bit easier than it seems, but considering GamerLegion have struggled to get any rounds at all going on this T side, I don't know how optimistic I am about them being able to chain together 4 of them. Well, 5 in total. Sorry, had to mute for a sec. I was being provided with a cup of tea. Very useful when solo casting. Unfortunately, it did mean I missed the death of Shalfie. And for the first time in a while, actually, GamerLegion getting that opening kill without a return coming in within 4 or 5 seconds. Although it should be another entry even. Yeah, Isaac has the drop on Narvi, who just wasn't being cautious of the hut at all. That's 2 entries from him now in the opening moments, and it should be an open A bomb site. Yeah, he's actually pushed through and taken the control. His teammates, even without being ready for the push on towards A, still make it well before any rotators get nearby because they're all on their way as far away as they possibly can. Save the weapons, they've got no money as we mentioned, and well, now coming into the next round, this could work against them because they might end up forcing around these saved weapons. It's not going to be a very good force play. They're not going to get rifles dropped over anyway. And then if they were to lose that one, it would be GamerLegion getting themselves a probably 13th and 14th round for free. So I'm hoping that they aren't tempted to buy by this. A little bit of an attempted hunt as well. They actually want to take away another weapon if they can. No, they're not going to throw too much at it. If someone peeked them, they would have been happy to get a frag or 2 maybe. 3 rounds to go. Looking a lot more doable now for GamerLegion, I've got to say. As I said, they don't have enough to drop rifles even with those weapons being saved. I mean, maybe it's kind of tempting because they've got an op here, which they won't have in the next buy since they only get, what, 2,400, so they're going to be limited to rifles and not a lot of utility in the next round. But they can also take the eco here on all of them and then still have 2 M4s and an op to give them a chance at taking this round, and then obviously have their buy in the next round. So they're kind of getting a little bit more to work with overall. More attempts at least, as Jerry does more than attempt to get that early kill. He actually does find it without even really taking too much damage there in towards ramp. He falls immediately back, giving Isaac no chance of the trade. And now we've got a, I was going to say a nice advantage for forZe to ease some of the pressure. It didn't last very long, but Shalfie gets himself a kill on the USP. I'm not sure how that's happened. The auto-director just isn't cooperating with us. I am spamming the button to turn it on. It is turned on, it just doesn't want to do anything. I think it's looking like we may have the upset here with the weaker buy. Maybe that's why auto-director has died on us. I'll have to do a bit of observing as well as seems, and yeah, this looks like it's going to be the end of it indeed. I wasn't expecting this to be the final round. I thought GamerLegion should have had it in them to send it a little bit further, but it's looking like it's all done unless Acor has the biggest of miracles in his back pocket. Oh, and now he doesn't really have any options. He has to wait out the molly if he wants to go down to the lower bomb site. Might work though, although he doesn't expect the USP up close. That's unfortunate. Norvi gets the drop on him, and with that it is going to be forZe who get to 2-0. A convincing map number 1, and a very convincing map number 2, despite the scoreline, because again, GamerLegion at one point had a 9-1 lead, and they let that slip away. That's gotta hurt. Give me a moment, guys. I've got to get it swapped back over to the cam screen.